Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. David Green. I'm the Deputy Chief with Colleton County Fire Rescue and the county's emergency manager. We wanted to share an update with you regarding Hurricane Idalia. The information contained in these slides will be available for those with a hearing impairment at colletonfire.com/live. Closed captioning will appear after the presentation. If you have a question, you can submit it at www.colletonfire.com/question, and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. We're continuing to monitor Hurricane Idalia. It made landfall this morning about 7:45, Big Bend of Florida, and will continue to weaken as it approaches our area, but it's moving at a fairly rapid pace. So we're interested in to see how much it weakens before it arrives in our area. Major impacts are expected to start in Colleton County between 6 p.m. this evening and will continue throughout the night into the early morning hours. Here's the timeline we shared yesterday. It shows that our wind threats are from today, Wednesday, through tomorrow morning. A surge is a big concern, and it's very time dependent. If Hurricane Idalia arrives during the high tide this evening, which is at 8:10, that could cause some significant surge impacts, especially on Edisto Beach. Flooding is a concern, as we expect to receive 6 to 7 inches of rain and could have locally higher amounts with some of the passing bands of Hurricane Idalia. And of course, again, with any tornado, with any tropical cyclone, there's a tornado threat that will continue well ahead of the arrival of the storm and throughout the storm. Here's the cone of uncertainty. It shows that Hurricane Idalia is on land and will continue through the panhandle of Florida, through Georgia, and then pass roughly over Colleton County later this evening. The most likely arrival of tropical storm force winds, as you can see, between Wednesday 2 p.m., Wednesday 8 p.m. We're predicting that should be around 6 p.m. this evening. But keep in mind that could change if the storm slows down or speeds up in its path. Here's the total precipitation map. It shows we're 4 to 6 inches, and again, we could have locally heavier amounts in some of the passing bands. The peak storm surge forecast, again, this is a big concern, especially for Edisto Beach, and it is time dependent, so we'll have to continue to monitor that and monitor the southeasterly winds. If they come in at the time of the high tide, we could see some significant storm surge impacts along the coast. Hurricane force winds are possible, so sustained winds 70 to 90 miles per hour for coastal Colleton County. A hurricane warning and a storm surge warning were issued this morning by the National Weather Service for coastal Colleton County. We can expect power outages, downed trees, and roadway closures, and again, we have that elevated storm threat. The 3 to 6 feet of storm surge for Edisto Beach, that's not a guarantee, and if you look at the storm surge map from the National Weather Service, it shows 2 to 4 feet. That's not a guarantee that everyone in that area will receive 2 to 4 feet, but it is possible. We have a high potential for flooding given the storm surge impacts and the heavy rainfall that we will experience. So our message to you is to stay home and stay safe, particularly this evening when it gets dark. You don't want to venture out because there will be trees down, there'll be power lines down. You don't want to be involved in a motor vehicle collision. We want you to stay home and stay safe. Sign up for code red alerts at www.colletonfire.com/code red. We'll be messaging out any emergency information or any public protective actions through that platform. Make sure your cellular device is charged, left on, and enable emergency alerts on your mobile device. Follow local news broadcasts and reliable sources. So again, follow the National Weather Service, South Carolina Emergency Management Division, and the Fire Rescue Department's social media feeds for any messages that come out of there. So again, we're at operational condition 2 here in the Emergency Operations Center. We have staff in here and are poised and prepared to initiate any kind of response or sheltering efforts should that become necessary. There are no shelters open as a result of no evacuations being ordered for Colleton County. However, we can open them post-impact if that becomes necessary. The greatest threat, again, from these significant impacts is going to be this afternoon, 6 p.m. to tomorrow morning, roughly around 3 a.m. We have staffing in the EOC and will continue to staff the EOC 24 hours a day for the duration of the event. Again, no evacuations are planned. There are no current plans to open a shelter. Charleston County does have a shelter open, and it is a pet-friendly shelter. And the address, as you can see, is 3841 Leeds Avenue in North Charleston. Our sandbag operations started yesterday at 10:30 and will continue until county offices close at 12 o'clock noon today. You can pick up sandbags from Fire Rescue Headquarters at 113 Mabel T. Willis Boulevard. Visit our webpage at colletonfire.com. If you have any questions, feel free to call us at the Emergency Operations Center at 843-549-5632. While we're waiting on any questions to come in, wanted to make sure we recognize all of our emergency support function partner agencies that we've been collaborating with for a number of days since Saturday. So certainly the Sheriff's Office is involved, Colleton County Public Works, South Carolina Department of Transportation, Colleton Medical Center, South Carolina DHEC, all of our local law enforcement agencies, the Walterboro Police Department, Edisto Beach Police Department, Colleton County Animal Services, South Carolina Highway Patrol, all of our local governments, Walterboro, Edisto, and Cottageville governments, the South Carolina Emergency Management Division, the Colleton County School District, South Carolina DSS, the American Red Cross, South Carolina National Guard, the Colleton County Assessor's Office, Colleton County Parks and Recreation, Colleton County Economic Alliance. And again, if you have any questions, you can submit them at colletonfire.com/question. And I don't see any questions, so we're going to go ahead and end the live feed. But you can still submit questions there, and someone will contact you through the email that you submit. Or again, if you want to talk to someone, you can call the Emergency Operations Center at 843-549-5632, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Please, again, stay home, stay safe, be careful, and please let us know if you need anything. Thank you for your attention.